Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review some stuff. Today I'm reviewing the song Digital Bath by the Deftones. So I can give you a quick summary about my experience with Deftones. I've heard Change in the House of Flies. I've heard Minerva, because those were basically the only two songs that they ever played by them on radio, back before I owned like an iPod and stuff. And then eventually on radio, I remember hearing My Own Summer. So I basically know three. Actually, I take that back. I know four Deftones songs because I've heard Passenger as well, which I really like that song. But I've never heard Digital Bath, so this is totally new for me. But I'm excited. It's weird. I think about this all the time, where for many years, hell, even until I started this channel, I was just the kind of person where if there was one or two songs I liked by an artist, I would only ever listen to those one or two songs. There's a lot of artists like that. Hell, Coheed and Cambria, for years, I had only heard Welcome Home. That's it. Literally. For Deftones, for years, all I've heard are those four songs that I just mentioned. Hell, for years, for Muse, the only song I'd ever heard by them was Nights of Sidonia. So it's like, I have, and that's pre-Marcus Review stuff, music journey, So now that we're into the swing of things, now that I'm on my musical journey, as I like to call it, I'm really excited to hear more from Deftones. They're very highly regarded from what I can tell. People seem to really enjoy their music. So I'm looking forward to this one. Anyway, let's listen. This is, again, Digital Bath, Deftones. Here we go. I can't believe I've never heard that song before. Because to me, that's up there with Change in the House of Flies. Like, that was badass, dude. That was a great song. To be fair, because it does, this comes off the same album as Change in the House of Flies. So it definitely reminds me of that song stylistically, which in turn reminds me of being in like 6th or 7th grade and listening to this kind of music and just thinking I was hot shit. You know, so I was so deep and introspective, which, I mean, there's something to be said about Deftones and their lyrics and stuff, but just it takes me back to a different time, a time when I was even more of a loser than I am now. So it's interesting to kind of time hop back to that time, that state of mind. Wow. Let's do that again. Anyway, like I said, this song is up there for me with Change in the House of Flies, which I actually really do love. Change in the House of Flies. It's one of my favorite songs, probably of all time, honestly. It just, the way Chino Moreno sings is just wonderful. And here's the thing, I've gotten a request for Change in the House of Flies, and I'm gonna do it. It's going to be one of my like channel favorites that no one ever watches, which is okay. I know you guys want to see someone authentically react to something that they've never heard before, and that's totally fine by me. I don't want to make you think that I'm like upset or whatever. I'm totally fine with that. I just like every now and then listening to songs that I've already heard and really just talking about what makes them great. For me, I think Change in the House of Flies is going to be one of those. But this review is not about Change in the House of Flies. It's about Digital Bath. The only reason I bring it up is that, man, to me, this is up there. I want you guys to know that I have a lot of respect for Change, but this song's up there, dude. I might even put it ahead of Change. Like, this song was badass. Chino Moreno sounds great. Anyway, you know what? Before I get ahead of myself, let's break it down like we normally do. Let's start with those lyrics. So I'm actually really glad. I basically started using Genius for all of my lyrics every time I read the lyrics off, and on really popular songs like these. There's always little tidbits or snippets from the artist, to really give some insight into what the song's about. So, Digital Bath is the second track and third single of Deftones' widely successful flagship album, White Pony. Upon first listen, it is a hauntingly beautiful song that could be played during a late-night cruise. I feel like if I wasn't really paying too much attention to the lyrics, or even if I was and just wasn't really thinking too critically about it, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is just a really pretty cool song, whatever. But as you read more, Digital Bath, Knife Party, and Change are all defined by the ghostly samples in the background that perfectly match Chino's vocals and the wonderful harmonic phrasing on those songs. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, the song sounded amazing. Just the way that Chino sings, along with the way that they play, it's all very haunting and ghostly, as they mentioned here, and it just sounds fantastic. But anyway, I'm not to the part that I want to get to yet. As I continue reading, diving further into the song, however, we learn that it is written about luring a girl into a bathtub, killing her with an electrical device, and then dressing her back up. And I guess that's where the name Digital Bath comes from, right? Chino Moreno, lead vocalist of Deftones on Digital Bath. The song itself, if you took the lyrics out of it and you listened to just the melodies and the song, you wouldn't think that it would be a violent song. It's a prettier, spacier song. And I totally agree. Like, if you're just taking the music at face value, you're like, oh wow, what a spacey, pretty, beautiful song. And no, not at all. And then he went on to say, it was probably 5 a.m. We were still up partying, and I just pictured this whole scenario of having this girl, bringing her downstairs and taking a bath, and like out of nowhere just reaching back and electrocuting, basically throwing some kind of electrical device in the bathtub and then taking her out of the bath and drying her off and putting her clothes back on. It sounds morbid or whatever, but every word fit in every crevice of the song. It just worked. When I was done with it, I even thought, why the hell did I write that? It just crossed my mind. It's not anything I would want to do or hope to do. So wow, I love reading these like little artist tidbits and what they have to say about their inspiration. It is really interesting to just see where artists find their inspiration for their lyrics or for their music, and it can come from the strangest places, like just some wild daydream in the middle of a long night of partying. It's like, wow, and to make such a wonderful, excellent, like sort of beautiful song out of just that one little daydream is to me incredible. And I think that's what really separates the incredible writers and the incredible artists from everyday people like me who really don't make content like this, where it just takes so much creativity and yeah, it's to me, I'm just baffled, and it's great to see their inspiration there. So anyway, with that context in mind, let's go ahead and read the lyrics. You move like I want to see like your eyes do. We are downstairs where no one can see. New life break away. I kind of like to picture this as if they're at a party, kind of like how they were partying here, and he sees this beautiful girl. Maybe he takes her downstairs. They're gonna have some fun times or whatever. Tonight I feel like more. And so yeah, you kind of get that vibe, like, okay, we're getting sexy, we got some sexy times here. Tonight you make the water warm, you taste foreign, and I know you can see the cold break away. Oh, sorry, not the cold. I know you can see the cord break away. So he's talking about this woman. I guess she's beautiful, whatever. The water's warm, draws her a nice bath, and she can see the cord, the shock coming, basically. Because tonight I feel like more. Tonight I feel like more. Feel like more tonight. You breathed, then you stopped. I breathed, then dried you off. Yeah, she was living, breathing, and then after he electrocutes her, no more. Then I breathed and dried you off. So kind of what he was saying. He takes her out of the bath, dries her off. And tonight I feel like more. Oh, tonight I feel like more. Tonight I feel like more tonight. So, yeah, again, even like if you didn't know the whole story behind it, it is still kind of hard to get that meaning from the lyrics. And I wonder if they were sort of vague like that intentionally, just to, for the people, there's people out there who don't really read lyrics or really care to think about them or really dive deep into them like I try to do here on my channel. But and to each their own, to be fair, but it's just kind of funny. I wonder if they intentionally kept it a little vague to appeal to people who, aren't really that much into the lyrics or who might be turned off by such a graphic description in the song. With that being said, looking at what Chino Moreno said and about the song and then reading the lyrics, I definitely see that stream there. But again, really creative. It's always great to see where artists draw their inspiration and their thoughts from. I give it 2 thumbs up lyrically. I can't see why not. Instrumentally and vocally, man, this song was awesome. There was a part in there, I want to say this before I forget, there was a part in there where like it almost sounded like a bath, like dripping or something like that, but it also sounded like digital. Like it really did. Like when I pictured the name Digital Bath, I almost pictured a sound like that. And at first I thought, going back to the lyrics just for a second, at first just looking at the title, I was like, Digital Bath, is it going to make a commentary on electronics, on our reliance? No, it was totally different. But anyway, instrumentally, there was this little part where it sounded like a bath dripping or something, but it also sounded just very like digital, and I just realized like that's a cool sound effect. I feel like that might be missed or go unappreciated by some, so I thought I wanted to point that out. That was really cool. But yeah, the spaciness, the sort of just I've heard them called like girlfriend rock before, where it's so pretty that like your girlfriend would be into it even though she doesn't really listen to rock. I feel like that's a little off-putting for me. I would call it beautiful in a sense. I would call it spacey, but it just works. And then I really like, I wouldn't say this is definitely not. Well, my own summer is on the heavier side, but this album, from what I can tell, is not like a heavy album, but it definitely has heavy elements. I mean, and this song was no exception. So, it had its soft, spacey tones, but they weren't afraid to get a little bit heavier with it in there. I think the instrument that stands out the most to me during the song was actually the drums. They started the song with a really nice drum fill, and I think that just kind of put me in the mood to really listen to the drums. And honestly, the drums to me carried the song throughout from piece to piece. As much as I enjoyed the guitar and the spaciness of it all and Chino's voice and everything, all of it sounded great, don't get me wrong, but to me the drums really carried me through that song. I really like that part about it. Shout out to the drummer there. But yeah, instrumentally, this one sounds great. Vocally, it sounds great. I give it 2 big thumbs up. Like I said, this is up there for me with Changing the House of Flies, and I love that song. I can't express that enough. And this is up there again. I can't believe I had never heard this song before. So with that being said, it's on the playlist. It's gonna get its rotation. I can't wait to listen to it again. I can't believe it's what year did this album come out? 2000, right? It's taken me 20 years to hear this song. 20 years is too long, I would say. So I give it 2 thumbs up. as far as like its replay value go. I got some time to make up for as far as listening to this one goes. So anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for the person who requested this one. Like I said, I'll definitely get to Changing the House of Flies. It's one of my favorite songs. I'll do like a channel favorites review. You don't have to watch it. It doesn't matter. I just want to talk about what makes that song so great, which I kind of did in this song, in this video as well. But whatever. We'll get to it. Anyway, as always, if you like the music, go check out the artist wherever you can. One place you can definitely find some Deftones is going to be in my Spotify playlist. It's got every single song I've listened to so far on the channel. Yeah, and it just earned a new addition and a worthy one at that. And if you want to support me, just consider doing all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. That's it, guys. Hope to see you in the next video. Hope y'all are staying safe and healthy. Bye for now.